HAMMERSPACE. Issue 1. The Pilot. Exterior. Outside the gig. Fred is trying to get into the after party of a huge concert, and he's talking to the guy watching the door. He's pleading with him, as though he can't find his ticket.
Yeah, about that, I don't have a pass, but I know the number.
I have orders. No one comes any further without a pass.
I'm not no one, I'm in the band.
If you were in the band, you'd be on the stage.
Look, dude, I'll describe the pass. It's plastic, it's bright gold with metallic dragon scales on the front of it because Ray is obsessed with 80s metal.
There's a picture of it in the fan book. Anybody could tell me that.
The number is 9494949494. Call someone. It's legit.
Look, buddy, I don't make the rules, and you ain't getting back here without a pass.
How about this? I'll give you $50 if you let me in.
Fred pulls out a $50 bill from behind his back.
I make that every hour.
How about some, candy? You know, candy? Of course not. I never said that. How about animals? You like animals? I could get you your own white tiger. How about an eagle? Is there nothing that you want?
If you don't have a pass, you can't go in.
How about $1,000?
Fred pulls out a huge wad of cash.
Would you look the other way for $1,000?
I can't be bought. Get out of the line right now. These other people are waiting to get in.
All right, fine. Here's my pass. You're good, by the way.
Fred hands the guard his pass and proceeds into the after party. Interior, the Shark Tank Stadium. The band is wrapping up their final encore in front of a sellout crowd, covered in sweat, excited, exhilarated, and exhausted, yet still kicking ass. When their final song is finished, Ray speaks to the crowd.
Thank you. We are Fire Dragonflies. Everybody drive safe tonight.
The band lays down their instruments and they exit the stage. About 5 seconds later, the lights come on and the people get loud. Interior, hotel suite. Ray and the rest of the band enter the after party, and it's a rock star's delight. People are in the hot tub, the place is riddled with movie stars, someone's vomiting in the bathroom, some asshole's smashing out a wall. Everything stereotypical of rock stars. Fred is waiting for Ray in a chair, having a drink.
Yo, over here, Ray.
Do not tell me the score, I have it recorded. Unless they're getting killed, in which case fire away.
I wasn't watching the game.
Ray stands up, making a public announcement.
Why is my brother not watching the game? Do I need to fire somebody?
At that moment, every TV within eyeshot turns to a hockey game.
So what's up, Freddy? What brings you down to the land of the mortals?
First off, I should ask, what are you paying the guy outside?
I don't know what he makes. He's part of the company, which is expensive as hell.
You might want to hire him for personal protection. He's a good one. Hold on to that one. Secondly, we're all doomed.
Interior, the Hammer Cave. Fred is at the chalkboard trying to describe Armageddon to Ray.
And it's the size of Texas, and the impact alone will kill millions. The rest of the world will die of radiation. So yeah, fucking crazy, right?
I don't understand what this has to do with us, dude.
Are you kidding me? It's so insane and ridiculous. Then there was that sad Aerosmith song that you couldn't get away from.
I would kill to have the royalty checks to one of them.
Anyway, it's a good one. Bruce Willis is in it. But yeah, back to you and me. It seems that the Earth is doomed.
So we have to bring Bruce Willis out of retirement? I'm really not getting you here.
Look, dude, I was out on the rooftops patrolling last night.
By patrolling, do you mean dropping water balloons on people down below you?
Come on, I'm a professional superhero now. I haven't done that in months.
Yeah, your professional superhero still needs me to claim him on his tax returns.
How does that work anyway?
I don't know. I'm rich.
Fair enough. Anyway, I was on the roof when I hear a crash behind me. Well, I went down to investigate. You know what I found?
Elvis?
It was the Red Castor Vega.
Not the blue one.
Red Castor Vega, a.k.a. Brian Sheets. was a few years younger than me in high school. You probably didn't know him. I did. We had to be in Meta Kid Special Ed together. Anyway, the kid was freaking indestructible. One time, for fun, he ran himself over with the school's lawnmower. It cost the school 15 grand for a new mower, but at least the school didn't have to pay for any hospital bills, although Mrs. Sheets did sue the school for negligence. Anyway, when I got to him, he was bleeding out, saying it was too late and the world is doomed.
Okay, so what do you want me to do about it?
Dude, nothing could hurt him. Also, Brian wasn't a flyer. How the hell did he get into the sky?
Invisible aircraft?
I doubt it. I can't see a woman dropping a government agent from the sky like that. But seriously, what could have caused him to bleed?
I don't know. You said he was indestructible. What did his wounds look like?
Like, ugly.
It doesn't help.
Like, there was a lot of blood, like gallons of blood.
Oh my god, why is a superhero so damn bad at describing a crime scene?
What?
Describe his wounds.
They were big enough to kill the indestructible Red Castor Vega.
Were they wounds from the fall? Were they deep wounds? Were they wounds from a blade? Where on the body were the wounds? Was Red Castor Vega in uniform, or was he in street clothes when he was dropped from the sky? Any significant head wound? Any signs of concussion or bleeding from the ears? Did he say anything other than we're all doomed? A few describing words would help here, superhero.
He was dressed as Red Castor Vega. He looked like that scene from Dracula's Warm Roommate.
The katana victim?
Yeah, it looked like he was slashed like side to side by like a big blade. Definitely not bludgeoned. Not concussed. Now that I think about it, the fall probably didn't hurt him, but the slicing definitely killed him.
Hold on.
Ray clicks the TV over to WHRT. Once again, Ed Hunter hits 3 grand slams, but the Albany Sharks still manage to come up short, 16-14. But it doesn't really matter for Albany, as both Kingston and Hudson both lost tonight, meaning that Albany has clinched a playoff spot. Back to you, Tom.
Oh, hell yeah! Right! All right, on to the playoffs. Yeah!
Baseball sucks.
Right. What were we talking about again? Oh, right. Earth is doomed. Red Castor Vega sliced the ribbons, but he still had the strength to warn you that we're all gonna die.
Yeah.
God, I kind of feel stupid celebrating just then. What else did he say? Anything?
That was it, unless you count the moaning and the gurgling sounds.
Well, I don't get it. What do you need me for? Don't you have a bunch of super amigos out there that kind of discriminate against people like me?
Well, those guys. I can only get so far with the capes.
I believe they have names for me, one of which being Reggie, as in regular person. Not exactly hard to figure it out.
That's really not that bad a term. I mean, how would you like to go through life called one of them?
At least one of them has a scary, crazy ring to it. Reggie just sounds boring.
Well, you don't have to worry about that soon anyway. Not if the world ends.
And regular just reminds me of laxative commercials.
I can only get so far with the capes, because not very many of them like me.
Is it so? Wait a minute. Before I take your side, what did you do to Weasel Woman?
No, it's not like that. Apparently, if you don't belong to some kind of government entity, you're not very cool with the ones who do.
Well, you can still join. I mean, you're young enough.
Screw that. It's bad enough I have to pay a wicked ton of extra taxes just because I was born extra awesome. Also, I have a jillion extra forms to fill out every New Year's, too.
So why not hang out with Fruit Bat and Warrior Woman, Green Beacon, the old school guys?
Yeah, I'm so far out of their league.
Are you serious? The ones who started it all, the ones who had to face the most discrimination, won't let you into their little club?
Hard to believe, but yeah. I guess if you're not wicked old school and save the world 1,000 times, they won't even talk to you.
Not even Freshwater Sapien?
I can't even get Freshwater Sapien's secret identity to talk to me.
Ouch.
By the way, Freshwater Sapien's secret identity? He's a total geek.
Hard to believe. So, what do you need me for?
What I need from you is money.
Ray takes a sip of his drink and spits it out. Since when? Why don't you reach up your arse and pull out a grand like you always do?
It doesn't come out of my ass. And even if it did, you'd still take it.
Of course I would.
So I need you to help me figure out what happened to Brian Sheets. You've always been better at talking to people than me.
You're serious? You came all the way back to Eggtown to ask me to knock on some kid's door that you went to school with and ask his mom some personal questions about her son that she probably doesn't even know is deceased, all because you don't want to talk to his mum. If all you need me is to talk to Mrs. Sheets, what do you need the money for?
I might have to go to Europe and see a man about a thing.
Holy shit, you found KCD.
I did.
Ow, I have limitless resources. Men and women working around the clock. I bought a fucking satellite, for God's sake.
I found him on social media.
Curse you, social media. Fuck my freaking kryptonite.
So, can I give you the money and you have your agent book me a hotel overseas?
How come you can't do it?
How come you need an agent to do it for you?
Because that's what the rock stars do. I'm rich.
So, are you gonna help me out?
Seriously, you're sending me off on some nightmare mission where you go off to Europe and have the time of your life? I don't think so. You still have bigger balls than your brains.
Come on, man, I can't talk to Mrs. Sheets after I put the Molotov down her sunroof.
Hard to believe someone could hold a grudge about that for so long.
And you know, if I go see KCD, he'd probably have some answers about the whole Brian Sheets end of the world thingy.
I can't believe I don't see you in the newspaper more often with your freaking poetry.
So, you help me or not?
I'll do what you want. I'll even talk to Mrs. Sheets for you, but here's the thing. I'm not going to bring some news to some lady who just lost a son to talk to her alone. You're coming with me for that. Secondly, the minute we find out what she knows, we're going to go across the pond together. By the way, what did you do with the body of Red Vega?
You're gonna hate this.
I already do.
There is no body. When he stopped breathing and he passed, he just disappeared, just vanished into dust. So it was kind of hard to prove that there's a death when there's no body. When I was telling you the superhero world is kind of cliquey, yeah, no one was listening to me about him. Not the other government agents, not the freelancers like me, and definitely not the old schoolers. I feel obligated to tell Mrs. Sheets what happened, but obviously I can't go alone. And also, I feel that I'm the only one who knows that there is something out there. Red Vega was onto it, and it cost him his life. And I feel like you and I are the only ones who can do anything about it.
Alright, little brother. Here's what you do. First, you give me the Sheets house number. Then you go on the social media and contact KCD. Find out what he knows. So after we ransack the Sheets house for clues, we can take a trip across the Angry Sea.
Deal. Hey, when did you get British anyway?
When I got my first platinum album. The two clicked glasses and finished the rest of their shots.